a virtual event. Before we get started, I want to take a moment to wish you, your family, and loved ones a happy new year. I hope you had an incredible 2025, a year full of growth, a year full of achieving the goals and objectives that you set for yourself at the beginning of last year. As we begin 2026, we as a corporate team hold this yearly virtual kickoff event so that we can share with you our vision and the key initiatives that we're going to be focusing on over the next year. In the next 90 minutes, we're going to have the unique opportunity to hear from none other than Lifewave founder and CEO, David Schmidt. David's going to be sharing many of the highlights over the past year and many of the exciting things that come in the year ahead. We're also going to hear from Meredith Burkich, our Lifewave president, who's going to be sharing the key initiatives we're going to be focusing on this year so that we can continue improving as a company, continue providing resources and tools for our brand partners, and continue making this an incredible opportunity for many, many years to come. We're also going to have the opportunity to hear from amazing field leaders that have achieved tremendous success here at Lifewave. They're going to share a wealth of nuggets and experience with all of you today. So I'm very excited to hear from them a little bit later. I'm excited to kick off this event. So without further ado, I'd like to present to you our very first speaker, someone who really needs no introduction. We wouldn't be here if it weren't for him, for his vision, for his determination to make an impact in the world. Please help me welcome to Vision 2026, our founder and CEO of Lifewave, David Schmidt. David, take it away.
Hey everyone, it's David Schmidt, and I want to take this opportunity to wish you all a very happy, healthy, and prosperous new year. As you know, 2025 was absolutely incredible, our biggest year ever. Some incredibly memorable things that occurred throughout the year. And of course, we were able to end the year with our incredible global conference in Anaheim, California. A remarkable event, biggest one that we've ever had in the history of our company. We had the incredible Doobie Brothers opening up things on Thursday night, incredible speakers, lots of information on X2O, Sellergize, business trainings, recognition. Of course, we showed our brand new Code of Creation film on Friday night. We had Jacob Collier, a Grammy Award-winning artist that led things off. And then, of course, after an amazing Saturday, we all got to celebrate the end of the conference with Elton John, Sir Elton John. So truly an amazing celebration of 21 years in business. Thank you so much for making it such a memorable, great event. And I'm going to come back to that a little bit later because Meredith and I, in early December, we were able to do, along with Janine, we were able to do a debriefing session with the top leaders in our company. And we got some very, very interesting feedback that I want to share with you that is going to pave the way for how we do future events. You're going to love this. But first, before we get started with any of this, I want to talk to you about something that's a subject that I might not normally discuss with you, but it's a good time at the beginning of the year to be addressing this. We have the whole year out in front of us now. It's a lot of time when people are thinking about making some life changes, making commitments, getting back to the gym, getting on a diet, setting financial goals, whatever it might be. So I'm going to start here today with you as we look ahead through 2026. And where to start is with mindset. But let's take this back just one moment. Let's say that you and I were in an airport together. And I were to ask you, show me someone that you think is a person that has a lot of discipline. So keep in mind, people around in the airport are all strangers. You're not going to speak to them. Could you identify the person that shows confidence and discipline? Absolutely, you could. You would look at them physically and you'd make an assessment. You would see someone that is physically fit, and you would say, okay, you would know that in order to get in shape, this person has to have determination, persistence, discipline, and this leads to confidence in the way that they walk and speak and everything else. So we make, without ever having to speak with anyone, we can make an assessment as to what their lifestyle might be like in order to be physically fit. So we're judged by others all the time based on our appearance and how we carry ourselves. And so this comes back into the subject of personal power. So what I'd like you to be thinking about in the coming year, and especially this month as you're getting started, what are some of the things that you can do to reclaim or maintain your personal power? There's two areas that I want to focus in on that I think could be enormously helpful to you. The first one, of course, since we already mentioned it, is going to be in exercise. Now, there's an enormous number of great reasons as to why we want to exercise. First of all, we're going to feel better. We'll get more productive hours during the day. We'll be able to do more things with our kids, with our friends, with our family. We'll have more energy, more vitality. And of course, when we exercise, it turns on genes that are associated with health and longevity. So we can live longer through exercise. We can even cause partial age reversal if the exercise is intense enough. And that's really exciting. So, for example, there's a study that I talked about at the conference that we had in October, where it's been shown that after 2 years of doing intense cardio, not spending hours in the gym, but doing intense cardio, like sprinting, we can physically reverse the age of the heart by as much as 20 years. So if you're in your 50s and you want to perform like a 30-year-old, doing things like sprinting on a regular weekly basis is going to get you there. So this is very, very important because if you're out for the company, you're doing presentations, you're at your work with your family, and you want to have more personal power, one of the ways that you're going to get there is through exercise. Needless to say, you want to pair that with a healthy diet. So that's some of the things that we covered at Global Conference. We don't need to spend a lot of time on it here because there's obviously any number of different ways that you can be performing exercise. You don't have to invest an enormous amount of time in this, but you do have to stay committed to a regular schedule. And this year, we're going to be coming out with studies to show how you can get the maximum benefits out of exercise in the shortest period of time possible. Really excited about that. 80 seconds worth of sprints per week can be the amount of cardio that you're doing. That's with X39. So be looking forward to seeing more on that later this year. Same with resistance training. 1 minute to start off of resistance training per week with X39 gets you results. You can do that for 8, 12 weeks, and you're back in and starting burning fat, building muscle strength and stamina. So we'll have more on that during the year. And again, if you were at conference, you already got that information. Now, the second thing that you can do to grow and build your personal power is prayer and meditation. It is so important to start off the day by centering yourself, grounding yourself, and getting yourself in the right mindset. One of the things that you can do that's really simple right after waking up is meditate and pray for 5 or 10 minutes. You relax, you calm your nervous system, you focus on God, you focus on gratitude especially, and this has a biochemical effect on our body. It will first balance out the nervous system. It'll create balance between the sympathetic and the parasympathetic nervous system, puts us into a state of relaxation, reduces stress, reduces inflammation, and it's great for our mindset. So when we're spiritually and emotionally strong and grounded, this is a way for us to perform better and take on the day. So I'm going to recommend that in 2026, those are two things for you to focus on and stay committed to. Get in the right mindset, enjoy your exercise program, enjoy healthy eating, enjoy the way that you're feeling, and start off the day with prayer, meditation, gratitude to get your mindset the right way. And you're going to see remarkable changes that occur from doing this. It's worked for me, and so I wanted to share that with you. Okay, let's talk a bit now about what we are doing to build the business at Lifewave. And we have a very comprehensive series of things that we've done to upgrade our facilities, upgrade our services, so we can maintain the growth that we've been experiencing. So let's start this off. I've got a list here that I'm going to look at. First thing is on manufacturing. I'm happy to say that at the end of 2025, we got a new facility on board in Ireland for manufacturing our patches. This includes high-speed manufacturing, computer automated visual detection systems, and now we can support a company doing well over $2 billion per year. So regardless of how fast you're going to build the business, we're going to be able to keep up with you. We keep reinvesting in our manufacturing, in our capacity, and this is because we've experienced phenomenal growth, and this is why you see that over the years, we have never experienced an outage, inventory outage in our patch products. It's because we're always ahead of the curve on this. So we've continued to make more and more investments into our manufacturing. We did that at the end of 2025, and you have our commitment that we'll always stay ahead on this. Now, another thing that we're doing is on customer service. We began this investment about 2 years ago, and by the time we get to the end of 2026, you'll see further upgrades in our customer service. Of course, we continue to take on new people, add additional human resources into customer service, but we've also invested with a company that we've partnered with on AI solutions. Now, our goal is not to replace human beings. Our goal is to expand our services. So this means that we can, in the future, offer customer service 24/7 and offer it in every language that we currently service and that we, in countries that we distribute out to. So our goal is to ultimately have 24/7 customer service in any language, and also to continue to maintain our human operators and switch them over gradually to both inbound and outbound customer service. So we see this as a way of supporting our community and building our business in the future. Now, another thing that we're doing that I'm excited about is on order fulfillment. So as we're moving towards 24/7 customer service, we're always looking at moving towards 24/7 order fulfillment. So how are we going to achieve this? We've been evaluating on a regular basis the state of the art on robotics, and there are a few companies that we've reached out to on this that we're looking to partner with. But the technology is finally here where we can use humanoid robots in order fulfillment. So what does this look like? We would have a staff of human beings during the day that would be fulfilling orders, and in the evening shift, we would have robots that would be removing inventory from shelves, stocking inventory, moving boxes, and getting things ready for human beings. So what this means is that we will be able to significantly increase the capacity of our order fulfillment center. So regardless of how quickly we grow, we will be able to keep up with that growth. So that's the purpose of that project. And our staff, I would tell you, is very excited about implementing this. So we're going to do this on a test basis out of our San Diego facility first, and then move on to other facilities as we see successful testing and integration. Now, likewise, we're also going to be having new sales and marketing tools that are going to be coming this year. So in addition to the normal things that you would expect, like business training videos, product videos, we always want to be innovative and creative in this process. So for those of you that were at our global conference, of course, on Friday night, you got to see a private screening of the Code of Creation. That is our 1-hour film, which goes into the story of the development of our X2O water machine. And we were absolutely delighted at the reception that we got after showing this film. So our plan is to get this into some film festivals. We're hoping, of course, that we can win an award with this film. Very difficult to do that, but we're hoping that happens. But around the middle of the year, we'll have a plan to deploy that film. And eventually, of course, we want to get this film in multiple languages so we can deploy it globally. So we'll have an entirely new way of generating leads and building brand awareness with Lifewave with this film. Jim Caldwell and I, who is our VP of Special Projects, he and I have talked about this, and given the incredible reception that we had, we're certainly going to be looking at this as a marketing strategy in the future. So this may not be the last film that we ever do. I think that's what I'm trying to say. We're going to get this one out to market, see what the reception is like. But based on where we're at, this may not be the last film that we ever do. So we'll see what the future has in store for us. Now, another project that we got to release in October, we're approaching, I guess it's over 300,000 views, well on our way to 500,000 views and beyond, was the smash hit, The World's Oldest Intern. Of course, this was a video project we did with none other than Star Trek legend Captain Kirk William Shatner. It was an absolute pleasure and a delight to see the reaction from our community when that piece went out and debuted. Special thanks to Mr. Doug Drexler for assisting with that and everyone that was involved with it. And that has turned out to be an incredibly successful marketing piece to build brand awareness about Lifewave. So I think that you can expect that you'll see more of these types of projects in the future. Funny enough, some of the comments that we saw online was that people wanted to see a Netflix series of the world's oldest intern. We thought that was hilarious that people loved it that much. But this is to say that we want to continue trying projects like this in the future to build brand awareness, to continue to give you new tools to build the business with. We're also going to look at new ways of getting out into some of these specialized markets. So, for example, coming up this August in Las Vegas will be a convention to celebrate the 60th anniversary of Star Trek. Now, as you know, this is a community with more than 100 million people worldwide that watch Star Trek. It's been an incredible phenomenon since the 1960s. And at this year's convention in Las Vegas, there has been a documentary filmed on the life of Doug Drexler, of course, who he worked with on World's Oldest Intern, and he was the genius behind the design of our Welcome Center. And we're so grateful to be working with Doug. What an amazing human being he is. Just a great person. And he loves our Lifewave community. Well, Doug loves our Lifewave community so much that in the story of his life, at the Star Trek convention in Las Vegas this summer, he is going to be talking about Lifewave, and in his documentary, he's going to be featuring the Welcome Center. So we're going to be able to build this great brand awareness in the Star Trek community. I also understand that some of our brand partners are going to be there, and we're even looking at having a booth at the Star Trek convention to help schedule people to come in and see our futuristic Welcome Center. So we're doing a lot of innovative, creative projects like this to build brand awareness so that when you go out to introduce Lifewave to someone, they can say, yeah, I heard about Lifewave. I saw that film Code of Creation, or I saw The World's Oldest Intern, or I saw it online. I saw athletes using it. Whatever the case may be, we're going to continue to push forward and produce these new marketing tools, building brand awareness to make your job easier at building your Lifewave business. Now, I think it's probably a good time speaking about our products. One of the things that our community has been incredibly excited about now for more than a year is the release of our X2O water machine. We have faced incredible challenges trying to get this out to market, hence the delays. But we've wanted to make sure that everything went well. We had during our pre-market phase last year, we had about just over 500 machines, 550 machines that were out at market, and we were able to collect some incredible testimonials and hear about incredible experiences that people were having with this technology. So we're really looking forward to getting this out to market now. We start releasing new machines in February, and stay tuned for more details on that. But we finally were able to resolve some of the technical issues that were in the first batch. We want to make sure everything is perfect, so when we roll this out, you have the best experience possible. So those first machines will be coming, of course, to our launch in the United States. And we're looking at other markets. We're going to be developing the market throughout the European Union, Japan, and South Korea. You'll see notifications on this starting around or so this summer. And we want to be able to do official releases in those markets before the end of this year. Now, that's going to depend on a lot of things, getting coordinated on our manufacturing, order fulfillment, a technical center to support you in each of those markets. So stay tuned for more details, but we want to start here in the US in February, and then release the product out to our global markets before the end of the year. The same would be true with Cellergize, although Cellergize, of course, is moving a little bit quicker. We got wonderful feedback on Cellergize morning and evening. Those product launches have gone great here in the United States. We've developed a version of Cellergize for the European Union, so that's going out to market. And likewise, we've also developed a version of Cellergize for some countries in Asia. We're also looking at creating formulas for certain markets like South Korea and Taiwan that can't use the formulas that are going out to countries like Japan and Malaysia. So stay tuned on that. We continue to develop and look at how we can get Cellergize out to more and more markets since it has been so successful. And of course, one of the things that we're looking forward to doing is building towards our global conference. Now, I want to take a moment to let you know what we're thinking on this. when we built out our welcome center at our office in Utah, the way that we were looking at our office in Utah, and we still do, is as a showpiece. This is why we've had so many incentive trips out to the office in Utah, because we want people to learn about our company, to see who we are, experience our welcome center, and have that understanding of why Lifewave is so different than every other company in our industry. We had to invest a massive amount of money, millions of dollars, to build out that office and welcome center. But our thinking was that this needed to be a showpiece. And if this was going to support our community and help bring new brand partners and customers into our business, if our brand partners could be using that office as a tool, it was well worth it. And that's absolutely what's happened. So we're delighted at how many of our brand partners and leaders take advantage of our office in Utah. Now, what's happened with our global conference the past 2 years is really extraordinary. And quite frankly, it's something that we didn't expect. For those of you that were at the 20th anniversary celebration, you know that we had an amazing lineup of speakers. This was the first year that we did an experience center for our brand partners, a VIP center. And we started off with this amazing 800 drone show. We had the real authentic Blues Brothers with Dan Aykroyd and Jim Belushi. And of course, we finished on Saturday evening with performances from Gwen Stefani and Maroon 5. And we got such amazing feedback from our community that we decided to repeat that again for our 21st anniversary celebration last year by kicking things off with 3 Grammy Award winners. We had the Doobie Brothers on Thursday night. We had an incredible lineup of speakers and entertainment during the day. Jacob Collier, another Grammy Award winner, Code of Creation film on Friday. And then, of course, we finished things off with Elton John on Saturday night. And the way our team looked at this was that this was an opportunity to say thank you to all of you for being part of our Lifewave community and for building our business and making this the great company that it is. Because after all, this doesn't happen without all of you. So we always looked at the last 2 years as, hey, let's go the extra mile and use this as an opportunity to thank each of you for being a part of Lifewave. But something amazing happened. When we did a debriefing in December with our leaders, they decided to invite some of their prospects, people that were interested in coming into the Lifewave community, to that event. And what our leaders told us was the feedback that they got was as soon as their prospect came into the experience center, they said, oh my God, we've never seen anything like this. They came into the arena, saw the excitement, saw the energy, and they signed up. And even in a meeting, one of our leaders had a meeting the following week, and because of conference, they got 75 new signups in a single day. And this is not a unique experience. We heard this from leaders all over the world, that they brought people that were interested in our Lifewave community. They were interested in checking us out. So they came to the global conference. They were absolutely blown away with the experience, and they joined the company. So the reason why I'm sharing this with all of you is we have set a phenomenal trend now in who we are, what our culture is all about, and how we give back and express our gratitude for our community. So you have my promise that this is going to continue on now. We're going to have a phenomenal global conference this year. It's going to be in October. It's back in Anaheim again at the same place at the Anaheim Convention Center. And we're just now lining up what that event is going to look like, what type of entertainment we have, what type of performers we're going to bring in. But we're going to make it big and bold so that you can be proud to be part of our community, and you can tell people that are on the outside looking in, hey, I'm going to this global conference. We have this amazing lineup. Why don't you join me and find out what this company is all about? So you can look forward to an amazing global conference in October. And of course, we'll share details on that when we get to the appropriate time. So that's about the amount of time I wanted to take to wish you all a happy new year and talk to you about the year ahead. It's going to be another phenomenal year, but mostly I wanted to say thank you for being a part of Lifewave. Thank you for everything that you're doing to bring our products to those people in need. Every day we get to be part of a business and community that's bringing light and healing all across the world. And we're changing lives each and every single day in some amazing ways. So best of luck to you and your family. May God bless you and your family, and have a happy and healthy new year. And looking forward to seeing you at one of our events in the coming months. God bless.
Wow, what a heartfelt message from our founder and CEO, David Schmidt. David, thank you so much for everything that you do for Lifewave, for our brand partners. It is truly an honor to work alongside with you. We are committed to take your mission and your vision all across the world. So thank you again, David, for being with us today. And now it's time to bring on our next speaker. This is someone who has been in the network marketing channel for her entire career. She started in your shoes as a distributor who was able to build a very successful team, eventually moved on over to the corporate side, has led multiple companies, has now been here at Lifewave for almost 3 years, has made an incredible impact on Lifewave and the trajectory that we're on as a company. And so I'm truly grateful to be able to have a president like Meredith Burkich with us leading the way. Meredith, welcome to Vision 2026. The floor is yours. Take it away.
Well, hello there, Lifewave. Welcome to Vision 2026, and Meredith Burkich here, wishing you a very, very happy new year. We hope that you had an incredible time with family and friends over the holidays, experiencing love, joy, and light in your life. And I want to thank you, David. Great talk. Also for highlighting the 2025 wins. It was an amazing, amazing year. And I also want to thank you for your wellness coaching for each and every one of you. Prayer and exercise in 2026. I think that sounds like a pretty winning combination. I hope all of you watching this broadcast do too. As David said, 2025 was an incredible year of innovation and accomplishments. I would also add that it was a time of great change. It was a time of shifting timelines, of priorities. It really was an evolution. And so I want to thank each and every one of you in this moment for your steadfast belief in myself, in the leadership, in Lifewave, and of course, the vision of David Schmidt in being resilient. Part of my role here at Lifewave is to develop a success plan. Every year, we have a 1-year plan, a 3-year plan, and a 5-year plan so that we can better serve you. And so in thinking about the next year, of course, when we were at conference together in Anaheim, I imagine most of you were there, our biggest conference ever, as David said. I was watching the Code of Creation, as many of you were during the preview evening. And it really occurred to me that as I was watching David's life story, the founder story, the journey, it really hit me how much Lifewave is positioned as a pioneer itself, as an organization, as an extension of David's vision. And that forging ahead and looking to the future, being innovative, and looking at how we can make a difference, how we can see things differently. It really reflects the essence of Lifewave. It also reflects what I want to talk about here with you today, which is what is the plan going forward in 2026? And I really want to use the inspiration of David's story to reflect on our own contributions, what we can look forward to, because each of us, regardless of our levels of influence, macro, nano, micro, whatever it may be, we are called to be influencers. We are called to be a part of this great legacy, and contribute. So I really thank you for that. And so as I forge ahead in the presentation and look to the LifeWave 2026 success plan, which again, I have entitled Forging Ahead, because we have so much great work behind us. And now we have more great work to do, but we need to move. And that's why we chose the tagline, Innovation in Motion, to really talk to this incredible opportunity that we have coming up in 2026. 2025, as David said, really was about introducing new innovation. It was about projects. It was about a big project, Compensation Plan 2.0, and the enhancements therein. And it was about looking at how to enhance the business and how to build differently. And so we have seen the initial results in the first couple of months coming out of that project, and now making a part of our day-to-day go-to-market strategy, which is over 20,000 people have rank advanced in the last 2 months in November and December, again, coming into the beginning of the year. And tens of thousands of brand partners who never earned a commission before at LifeWave are now earning commissions. Okay. And so what that means is that we will be looking and monitoring, of course, in the months to come, how that's impacting our retention numbers, which really was one of the major objectives of the CP 2.0 project. And we are also seeing that leaders who have not been engaged for a long time are re-engaging with a new vision for a sustainable future, as they see how they can unlock levels within the 9 ways to earn of the compensation plan. The recognition program also that was launched was really one of our big projects and initiatives, because it complements so nicely the compensation plan enhancements, in that it helps us to deliver timely recognition, to give people that next rung on the ladder to reach for, and to give clear direction and rewards for the do this, get that mentality. And so as we look into 2026, we think about forging ahead. We want to be able to do this with confidence, with clarity, and with creativity, and building on the foundation of what's already been established in years past. Many of you have been with LifeWave 5 years, 10 years. We saw the legacy groups coming in 15 years, 20 years. But about now having an opportunity for a absolute performance-driven plan that will help you to move your businesses forward. So I'm going to spend my time here with you today on the Vision broadcast to talk about what's next at LifeWave and what you can expect to build on and learn about and hear about and experience in 2026. And I think that when you see the plan, you're going to be seeing that it validates our commitment to the future, so that you can be confident that you are at the right time, in the right place in LifeWave history. And so I'm going to start out by talking about the big 5 projects. And we have probably, I don't even know, 50 plus projects in queue. But I want to focus on the big 5, because to make our best year ever, as we built on what was our best year ever, 2025, now to have another best year ever in 2026, we want to look at these 5 projects because they are ones that are going to really move the needle. You're not going to be seeing the deliverables of many of these. Some of them, you may be in a task force, you may be on a field advisory board, you may be giving feedback in other ways. But these are projects that we are right out of the gate coming back here now after New Year, getting back from incentive trips, working through. We are going to be focusing on these big 5. And so we're going to be talking in just a moment here, or shall I say, I'm going to be talking in a moment here about the new lifewave.com project. That, of course, will be introduced at Conference 2026, again, returning to Anaheim. And we're also excited, we're glad you are too, about going back to California. It's such a fantastic venue. And then secondly, our second project that we're going to be talking about is the global compliance and regulatory adherence with the Project Safeguard. Thirdly, we're going to talk briefly about the Gateway Project, which is really how we're going to be maximizing our international markets for each and every one of you who are building a global business. And then, of course, the Global Playbook, which provides a unified onboarding and empowerment system for corporate staff, people who serve you. And then lastly, the customer experience, which really is about global customer relationship management. And so we will be talking about our CRM upcoming. Again, these are all big conference launches coming up in the fall. So you won't want to miss registering for 2026 global conference. So I'm going to start out really briefly and just touch on lifewave.com. And so lifewave.com, we know that the current system is not what it should be. It's not what you deserve. It's cumbersome. It's not intuitive. There are way too many clicks to do simple business tasks and functions. And so the new lifewave.com will be an opportunity for us to give you a very innovative business hub. And within that hub, we have goals that we have established in our RFP. We have gone out for a request for proposal for many people for this new platform. We have decided on our vendor. We're already working on it. And so the intuitive navigation is high on our priority list. Our personalized shopping experience, high on the list. Simplified enrollments, hooray, will be something that we are definitely watching how it integrates with the back office, how it behaves. And then, of course, streamlined feature sets and being able to functionally operate. And then the data-driven insights that will help us to maximize all of the people who come, whether they're your customers, whether they're your brand partners, whatever, so that we can make, again, decisions based on data. And so we really are looking to provide that superior user experience so that you can accelerate your growth, so that you can forge ahead in 2026. And of course, even though it's coming at the end of the year, that will allow you in Q4 to be empowered. And certainly as we go into the future ahead here at LifeWave, we're really going to be seeking to have a sincerely mobile friendly or a mobile first platform that will instill confidence in you, in your customers, and in your brand partners to engage with the .com, providing a look and feel that will complement David's vision, our life technology product line, everything therein. And finally, most importantly, I think, is that we want to provide you with an electronic web experience that will provide you with comfort, with trust, that we will be supportive of your efforts so that you can do what you do best, which is build your relationships, care and share our incredible technology, our products around the world. Now, our second project that we're focusing on is called Project Safeguard, and it is really exactly what it sounds like. It's really offering those strong guidelines and safeguards to protect the future of LifeWave. And I think it's really good to mention here, if you think about it, not so much as protecting LifeWave, the company, but protecting yourself, because this is an investment. You are giving and pouring yourself into your businesses. And whether it's just an hour a day, an hour a week, or an hour a month, those moments are precious gifts to us. And we take this very, very seriously. So we want to make sure that we are safeguarding it all the way around and that we are providing great onboarding materials for you. So when you think about the projects that are coming up, the projects that David just spoke about, increasing brand awareness with some of the great work that's being done in the special projects division, we really are wanting to build upon those. And so what we're doing is saying that we're engaging more third-party consultants and legal counsel around the world to protect all of our future and to protect your investment of your time and your talent and your treasure, which, as you hear me speak to often, is actually your relationships and your influence that you have built over a lifetime of excellence. And so we intend to be publishing many more resources, offering more educational opportunities, and really growing our global teams to offer more individual attention to the at-risk posts, to websites, because it is a partnership. Safeguard is a partnership. And overall, it's a mindset, because we all want the same thing. We all want a sustainable business over time. You could be thinking about, how do I protect my business? How do I really listen and understand we're all on the same team? Because when our foundation is solid, then we can focus on the growth. Then we can focus on our activities without worry. We can go into it with complete confidence. Our next project, our next big rock, is project number 3, which is Project Gateway. And this really is the gateway into the world, the gateway into international expansion, not necessarily with, okay, what new markets are we going to open? I know everybody always asks, what's our next new market? Where are we going now? What's happening? But for us, we really felt like going into this year, and in the 3 years that I've been here, coming up on 3 years, that we want to continue to build on the markets that we are already in and maximize those markets, because we have just scratched the surface. When you look at the World Federation of Direct Selling and you look at the growth potential that we have in these markets, again, we haven't provided some of the basic fundamental tools for you to be able to drive growth and expand your teams in these territories. So when we look at Project Gateway, it's how do we seek to better serve our customers and our brand partners who are wanting to grow in these existing markets. And so you'll see some points on the screen that talk about stage gate. And that really is, how do we look at these markets and how do we put them in categories that help you understand what is the business practices that we are supposed to be applying in these markets? Because as we look to 2026 as a growth year, as we seek to better serve and maximize opportunities for customers and brand partners in existing markets, we need to define, and we've been working on that over the last couple of months, and now that is finalized, is looking at the markets and categorizing them in ways that we can articulate and explain to you. And so we came up really with 5 overarching categories. And of course, every market is a little different. Every market has nuances. But we have come up with our big 5, which is the market authorized? Are we there? Are we doing business? Is it supported, where we maybe have not gone through all of the registration process, but we are supporting the markets, and clearly in the drop-down menu, we are serving those markets. Is it an emerging market? One that we are looking at saying this could well be on our list for official launch in the near future. And what that means, of course, is that we need to be very compliant in how we do our business there, because of course we don't want to jeopardize our launch when the time comes. Is it a restricted market, fourthly, one that we really are not providing any support there whatsoever? And you have to understand that if you're going to be doing business there, you will not have LifeWave support for a variety of reasons. It may just not be prioritized at the moment. And then, of course, our final categorization, which is prohibited, which means we are not doing business. We do not intend to do business there anytime in the near future. There could be a number of reasons there. It could be socioeconomic, but more likely, it could be human rights related. It could be war-torn regions, whatever the case may be. Those would be prohibited markets. And so categorizing those in this project were very, very important to start, so that we can look at our drop downs and we can inform you correctly. Because what we don't want to do, friends, is have you investing your time into markets that will not serve your business, because we don't intend to be there or support them again at any time in the foreseeable future. And so those guidelines, again, will add strategic, I shall say, guidelines, guardrails, but structure around international growth, so that we can be intentional and intelligent. And so that stage gate process is really going to help us there, so that we can apply our focus to, again, the highest potential countries. And that will include, as David mentioned, what are the global product rollout schedules for existing markets, because that is a big piece of how we're doing business, empowering you, again, to invest your time and talents wisely. And this will also increase our operational efficiency in those markets as we continue to build internal processes and infrastructures that will protect everyone's future from risk, because that is the last thing we want. As hard as we are working in motion, moving forward, forging ahead, to be stalled or set back because we've been careless and we haven't been sensitive and honoring the local regulatory requirements. We are in partnership with the local regulatory agencies, and we need to be very, very attentive to what the rules of engagement are in those countries. The project number 4, which is the global playbook, this is something that some people will think, okay, that sounds very much like an internal document, and it is. I mean, defining the LifeWave way of doing business, it really is about global alignment internally. It is about a unified, structure, again, a framework for us, so that we can onboard new general managers, new regionals. You've heard me talk many times about how our groups are growing, our teams are growing, and what that looks like. And so we just want to make sure that we're really maximizing those, so that when you meet a new person from LifeWave and we introduce them as your new regional manager, as your new country manager, whoever that may be, is that they are very, very well versed and onboarded. They can hit the ground running, working alongside you, because it will be a cultural and operational anchor for global alignment. And so no matter what countries you're building in, whether you're building in Asia, whether you're building in Europe or Australia or New Zealand or in the Americas, it doesn't matter. We will have a standardized approach to doing business. And so again, as we grow, as we strive, you heard David talk about manufacturing being up. We can support a $2-3 billion enterprise on what's happening in Ireland and in our manufacturing facilities. Well, we want to make sure that we are also building infrastructure in sales that will help us get there as well. It is all about scaling and getting there. And so again, empowering that newest LifeWave manager to be able to accelerate quickly in serving you, in serving your teams, and in helping us to more quickly, more efficiently advance the brand maximization and expansion, brand awareness around the world, because it will provide regional staff with that support that they need for long-term longevity, effective partnerships, and of course, career paths for each and every one of them. As we look at number 5, customer relationship management, why would you necessarily care quite so much about that? It is about AI predictive retention. And this is an important key, and I'll tell you why. We have got an opportunity with the onset of AI and technology to be able to advance more quickly and serve our people better. And so as we're looking at the CRM and selecting our final version that we are going to be applying, tying to the new .com, the enhancements to the back office and whatnot, in 2026, we will be spending the first 6 to 9 months of the year initiating the CRM project. And what does that mean to you? It means that it's going to improve retention, because some of the AI-driven and machine learning facilities and faculties that are within the system itself will help us to offer that consistent information and customization and the support that we need to build stronger relationships. The stronger relationships that we can build through our customer experience will allow us to be alerted on a number of things, individuals that might be at risk of disconnecting. It will allow us to personalize our conversations, personalize our connections that help us be more effective, because the reality is people are looking to feel special. They want to know that they're being seen as individuals. And that level of service delivery is an expectation. It's going to be table stakes in the years to come. And we know that AI is changing the game here in that area. And so we're looking at that to ensure that the hard work that you are committed, the work that you are doing to enroll new customers, new brand partners, is honored as we engage with the people that you're bringing to the company, that you're bringing to LifeWave, based on where they are and what interests them. This is highly, highly, highly important. And so as I wrap up my time, I just want to say that this year is a catalyst year. This is going to be more and more change, but a lot of it is going to be behind the scenes. What's most important as we forge ahead together is really that we're looking at how do we build using the tools at hand now. And many of you are embracing compensation, embracing recognition, embracing the new products. And of course, we know that we are looking forward, as David just mentioned, to the official rollout of our newest technology, X2O. I can tell you it is an amazing, incredible product. And I love it so much. I can't stand it when I'm traveling because then I can't have it in my hotel room because I do miss it. I feel the difference and see the difference. They're definitely having an impact. The products with Celergize combined with X2O on results that I personally can see, feel, and measure. And so very, very excited about that. So again, as we forge ahead in 2026, just remember that we really have one unified purpose, which is here at corporate to empower you out there living the life, living the dream, helping others to see the vision, to provide them with hope and possibility of a better way, of the reality that there is hope, that they can live long, that they can live well, that they can live young, that they can live better. And so thank you to each and every one of you for being the light, for sharing the light. We're looking forward to seeing, I hope, many, many of you to the January Super Saturday here in the US. And if you can't join us in person, we're going to look forward to seeing you on the broadcast. And there will be more details about that coming up as we proceed in our huge kickoff event for the year, Vision 2026. Thanks for all of you do. Be blessed.
Wow, and there you have it, folks, directly from Lifewave President Meredith Burkich, the 2026 Lifewave Success Plan. So getting this inside scoop on all these different initiatives, you could probably tell there's so many different things that we on the corporate side are constantly thinking about and making sure we can continually improve our business, continue driving the business forward, and continually making this the best opportunity that our brand partners can be a part of. So now this concludes the first segment of Vision 2026, where we've gotten these incredible updates from our founder and CEO, David Schmidt, and Lifewave President Meredith Burkich. And now we're gonna move on to our next segment. We thought it'd be so beneficial to also hear from some of our top leaders that have achieved tremendous success here at Lifewave. And although they're all from different teams within Lifewave, they're all part of the Lifewave family. They're all part of Team Lifewave that are committed in taking David's mission and vision all across the world. So it's my pleasure to bring on our first brand partner leader to join us here at Vision 2026, someone who joined Lifewave almost 15 years ago, quickly became a pioneer within the Hispanic market here in the US and in Mexico, is someone who tremendously cares for his team, is dedicated, is constantly traveling all over the country to be able to support his team. And interestingly enough, he started his profession as an electrical engineer and ended up here in network marketing, has been tremendously successful, and recently became our part of our first group of the inaugural Hall of Fame that we celebrated at conference in Anaheim in October. Please help me welcome to Vision 2026. We have 3-star executive Lorenzo Magru. Take it away, Lorenzo.
Vision is one of my favorite words. And not just because how it sounds, but because of where it comes from. Vision comes from the Latin word videre, which means to see. And leadership begins exactly there, with that ability to see before others do. There is a proverb that says, where there's no vision, the people perish. For almost 2 decades ago, I personally witnessed David's vision to serve humankind. Not to sell, not to pressure, but truly serve. The moment I understood that, I knew it with certainty Lifewave was home. Now, I was a business owner and an entrepreneur before Lifewave, and I learned one universal truth about this universe. Everything changes. Nothing stays the same. And let's be honest, we're not always comfortable with change. Change makes us expand. It pulls us out our comfort zone, and it destroys that illusion of normal. But here's the truth. When changes arrives, there are only 2 directions. You either go up or go down. And when I look back at all the changes we have lived in my Lifewave business, I feel gratitude. Because what we have today is stronger and more powerful than anything we had before. Every time change shows up in my life, I ask myself one question. Am I going to be cause, or am I going to be effect of this change? And I want to say this clearly to every leader. You're not alone. You have your sponsor line to support you. You have your regional managers working tirelessly for us. There's a structure, there's support, there's leadership that wants you to win. One of the changes I'm most grateful for is Compensation Plan 2.0, because I'm seeing people in my teams earning income that they were not earning before. Real people, real progress, real results. My most successful action for someone who wants to understand 2.0 is very simple, and one I strongly recommend. We meet in person or online. We open their back office together. We start with a glossary, making sure they understand the words and terms first. And then I show them how simple it really is to understand. Always keeping the correct gradient. Because when people see it, they understand it. What we had before was a Ferrari. Fast, powerful. But 2.0, 2.0 is a rocket. And once leaders understand that, conviction replaces confusion. Communication is the key. Communication creates that understanding. Understanding removes confusion. And clarity restores that conviction. Today, I invite every one of you to vision what is coming. Right now, so many people on this planet are feeling anxious about losing their jobs, anxious about the challenges and changes technologies like AI are bringing, anxious about not being able to provide for their families. People are searching. People are looking for answers. People are looking for hope. And the truth is, you and I already have what they're looking for. So I'll leave you with this question. Will you be cause or the effect of the changes in your life? Will you vision the future you want and step into it with purpose, courage, and action? Because the choice is yours. And the power is already in your hands. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Lorenzo, for joining us here at Vision 2026 today. We're so grateful for you to take the time to be with us, to share your wisdom, share your experience with the Lifewave community, the Lifewave family. We truly appreciate you taking the time. Thanks again for joining us here at Vision this year. All right, we're going to go ahead and move on to our next speakers. We're going to bring on two speakers with us here for this next segment. And fun fact is these two speakers and I actually go way back, probably at this point about 15 years that we've known each other. And it's been amazing to see how we were able to reconnect here at Lifewave a little over 2.5 years ago when I joined the company. And to see them go from being amazing leaders in this previous life that we were together to seeing them build this empire, this truly incredible, strong team here at Lifewave. I admire them so much for their perseverance, for being able to overcome obstacles, and I'm grateful to be able to have them here with us today at Vision. So please help me welcome to Vision 2026. We have two-star presidentials, Marcy Preble and Peter No.
I am so excited to be here. Welcome to Vision. And I'm here with Peter No. So excited to be here with you as well.
Hi, Lifewave.
Anyway, I'm here to tell you a story of Peter and I over the last year. And I hope it will help some of you. About a year ago, I was taking a walk and I was actually listening to a book called The Advantage. Actually, Meredith had told Dr. Stacy it was a good read, and Stacy told me. And the book was about how organizational health trumps everything in business. And it talked about that leaders needed things like trust and love and vulnerability, respect, edification, all those great qualities, especially in times of conflict. And at that moment when I was walking, actually started to cry because I thought, where had Team Evolve gone? We were, Peter and our relationship was not where it needed to be. And I needed to ask myself, what was my part and how could I make it better? Well, you see, Peter and I were having a struggle. And, to be honest with you, we are very laid back and we have a lot of fun. But deep in our soul, Peter likes to be right and I like to be in control. And there was a clash. And the clash was over the evolved system. He wanted to be PPP. I wanted to be 333. And we had our little yelling matches over this. Well, you know what? The funny part is they're the same system, just different letters. And at some point, I realized it's okay to be free to create, and you can still be united. And so I knew it started with forgiveness. And so I made a call for myself, Peter, April, and Stacy. And we are the 4 lines to evolve. And we all apologize for our part. And we all decided, yes, evolve is better together. And you know what? We know it is, because guess what happened? Well, we had our executive above call and 150 people came. All our lines were united. Our events, Peter does the best night events. He loves to have his patching event, and then we have dinner and dancing. It's amazing. And I had missed those events. Well, I actually like day events where I have a patching event and we have lunch and then we launch a business, and they're just different. And we used to fight over this. Well, now he's like, Marcy, you do Arizona and you do it the way you want. And tell me what part I have. I said, great. I said, Peter, go do California. You do it the way you want and tell me what part I have. Like, we realize that we're excited to be united again and we're just building. And so what really came from all of this is everything shifted. Love came back, respect came back, edification came back, fun came back, everything came back. And I think the key thing that happened for me is ego went away. I lost ego in the struggle and it was replaced with love. And I am just so excited in 2026 to go build. Like, we're going to have so much fun again because we figured it out.
Thank you, Marcy.
Mhm.
It only took a little time.
It sure did, about a year.
Well, thank you, Lifewave, and thank you for letting us share literally through vision of 2026. It's going to be an incredible year. But to start off the year for Marcy and I, Peter Noah had to really do a reflecting in the last 5 years, from last year to this year. And because of our fast growth when we first started 6 years ago, because of our internal leadership and wisdom that we have not developed in the beginning, but through 6 years of building a teams into hundreds of thousands, because of just the simplicity of the technology, we both realized that we had internal growth to do. What is internal growth? When you come into yourself and you find things that work through the company, because David had to find his internal growth. What makes this company grow? We are the organization, we are the voice, we are the leaders of this company to represent and share this technology out. But through that process, we're learning about ourselves. So this last year, I can truly say, being in the industry for 2 decades, I have learned probably the most important thing as a leader is to look within themselves and to see how you got here. What has happened to develop to here? How can you make things better for the organization, for the team? And at the end of the day, in this industry, it's called relationships. And the only way to develop the relationships is you have to respect and love and communicate that. And we all know, because of the love of David, because of his sacrifice, what he has given Lifewave in the last 21 years. And now to start 2026 off with the biggest foundation platform that Lifewave has developed to empower each one of you. And for the leaders here who have experienced incredible growth, but also growing pains. So as we leave here, Marcy and I leave here with you in 2026 in the vision. from our leadership of what we have grown and developed to be able to duplicate it through each one of you. I want to leave you with empower yourself. Take back your own power this year. You have the light in your hands. And the way that you came in here is the way that I'm going to say thank you, Marcy, for 6 years. Because when we came into LifeWave, the very first thing we ever said was, we're going to have fun and we're going to build the most transparent business the world has ever seen. And we're going to leverage and utilize LifeWave's vision with David. And we're going to save the world. And we did it.
We did.
And we did it with love. We did it with pain.
Yeah.
We did it through communication. But at the end of the day, Marcy and I just want to thank each one of you here, because we would not be here without your energy and your love and your support also. No matter what we do as leaders, at the end of the day, if you give your heart, that is what people are going to feel. So thank you, LifeWave. Thank you, David. Thank you, Marcy. Thank you to everyone around the world as we're seeing this whole shift of recognition and rewards. And that is what we want to leave you with.
Well, I'll say this. 2026 is going to be big. It is a new year, and we are united and we are building. And it's so important to come through the struggle, learn from the struggle, and be even bigger and stronger and better. And I believe we are. I can feel it. I can see it. And we're going to go around the country, around the world, and we're going to do events. We're going to be everywhere, and we're going to build. And I'm excited. You know what I'm most excited about? I'm excited to build with you.
Oh, thank you. Well, get ready for LifeWave Vision 26. We love you, and we're going to see you at every event coming to your town.
Bye-bye.
Everyone.
Wow, Peter and Marcy, thank you so much for joining us today. And what an incredible story. You know, it's funny how, you know, a lot of times you don't know what's going on behind closed doors, and for you to open up the way you did, I really appreciate you sharing that with the community. You know, it's not always going to be a smooth path as we're building in LifeWave. You know, there are going to be rocky times, and for you to be able to open up and to show how you've overcome those challenges and you're working together as a team. It's truly incredible to see you and Peter achieving what you have and what you will achieve during the course of this year. So thank you again, Peter and Marcy, for being with us here at Vision. It's my pleasure now to bring on our final speaker for Vision 2026. This leader joined network marketing at just 18 years old, has been a part of the industry ever since. She contributes so many of her successes in life because of what she's learned in network marketing and all the personal growth and development that she's been able to go through over the years. She's a wife, a mother, and author who is completely dedicated in building LifeWave, being a leader that isn't afraid to be in the trenches with her team to develop the new leaders in her organization. Please help me welcome to Vision 2026. We have two-star presidential Carrie Robertson.
I'm honored to be here with you today and to be able to share a little bit, just of some goal setting, some vision, and really how you can launch 2026 and it be your year. So, I want to ask you to do something real quick, and that's to close your eyes, because I want you to imagine that it's December the 31st, 2026, and I want you to see the end from the beginning. What have you accomplished this year? How does it make you feel? Most importantly, whose life have you impacted? Now, I always think about this. Imagine if someone else told your story. What would they say? What would they say how your work impacted their life? What you stood for, the things you did, the things you helped them do. And so, as we set goals that we evaluate based on that, I'm telling you now we serve people and we don't just set goals based on numbers. And so, when I think about our vision for 2026 and our goal setting, we've got to engage our heart. How does it make us feel? When we've accomplished our goals and our dreams, what does that make us feel like? Because that's attached to our purpose. It's why we're doing this. And for most of you, it will be for your four walls, your family, for something that, you want things to look different for your life. But whenever you start to attach other people to it, I'm telling you, it's amazing. And so that brings in the heart. Why does it matter? Because whenever you think about the heart, why it matters, and then you bring in the mind, what do you believe? See, I asked you to believe for something you haven't quite seen yet, because I asked you to see December 31st, 2026, and it's just January. So how does that relate? Well, whenever you can start to feel it, whenever you can start to really understand that it is about the mind, it is about the heart, it is about also the physical activity, the daily actions that you take, and you put it all together, now we start to really break it down, because how you feel on December 31st, 2026, when it's all accomplished, is one thing. But now we got to back it all up and we got to go, okay, I want to get to that point. So what does it look like? Because when we back it up and we take month by month, week by week to day by day, see, it's not that we just arrive on December 31st, 2026. It's we work every single day to get there. And so this is going to matter as you start to really break down your plan of action and you think, what does it look like? When I think about my home, I think, we build a house here first. See, I built my house when my son was in the 6th grade. I literally told my husband, this is what I want my house to look like, because I had a young boy, he played baseball, he always had friends over, and there was nowhere for them to do anything. And so I told him, and he said, well, have you drawn it out? And I was like, well, no, but I'm not an artist. And he was like, well, do your best. So I put it on paper. He was in 6th grade. Well, we were about to build a house. He was in 9th grade. So 3 years down the road, we're about to build a house, and I go into just a neighborhood over, and I pull into this neighborhood because I see a sign that says open house. And I walk in and I literally look around, and it's everything that I saw in my mind, that I did my little artwork sketch on paper. It was already built. And so the good news is I didn't have to go get the blueprint, engineer it, do all those things. It was already here. Everywhere. My biggest thing was across the whole back of my house, no matter what room you were in, you would be able to see the backyard. You'd be able to see the pool. You'd be able to see where the kids played baseball. I mean, it was already done. So, when we think about our business, it's no different. We see it first in our minds. And if you can see it in your mind and you can feel it in your heart, then your physical daily action will match it, because what we focus on is it's what we get results on, right? And so you got to think about your business is no different. We're going to engineer it day by day, week by week, month by month. And on December the 31st, 2026, you can look up and go, I'm here, I did it. And so, whenever you get crystal clear, remember this: clarity creates confidence, and consistent action creates results. You've got to do the results. You've got to have the consistent action. And so I always ask people, what are your 3 daily habits? What are you going to do each and every day that are the day by day activities? Because this is what I saw when I came in, that I would do these 3 things no matter what. And that was, how many people will you talk to each and every day new for the first time about this technology? 3 people, right? That was me. I was 3 people. Well, might be 5 for you, might be 10. I don't know what your December 31st, 2026 looks like, but we're going to talk more about that. So then it was, how many people will we follow up with every single day? Every day. For me, it was no matter what, 3 people. And then it was, how many people would I invite to a Zoom? How many people will you invite to a Zoom? Maybe it's a 3-way phone call. Maybe it's just a video you send to see something bigger than you. And for me, that was all 6. And so I just did that. I'm going to talk to at least 3 people every day, follow up with 3 people, and invite all 6. Now, I had big goals, my year end. But here's what I knew. If I was willing to commit to 3 every day to talk to new, 3 to follow up with, and 6 to invite to see something bigger than me, that was that consistent action that was going to take place over and over. I personally said it was every day, 7 days a week, no matter where I was at in the world, on vacation, in another country, it didn't matter. That was my no matter what. You have to decide what that is for you. Now, many days I talked to 5 people, 10 people, 15 people. I'm not going to lie, right? I had big goals, big dreams, and a big vision, but no matter what. No matter what. And we all go through life. We're going to go on vacation. We had a grandbaby, year 1. Like, we had all kinds of life happening. You know what I find about seasons of life is they change along the way, but we either use a season of life as an excuse or a reason. So, don't compare. One thing I will say is, don't compare your season of life to someone else's. You envision your December 31st, 2026, and you work towards that. and don't go, oh, they're going faster, or oh, they don't know what I have to deal with. I have 5 kids and they're all in sports and they're busy. Use your season of life to benefit you. Don't fight against it. But here's what I know. So for us, when we came in here, we were empty nesters. Now we've worked this business for the past, I've been in since the day I turned 18. So in direct sales. So I've worked it through every season of life, before children, as a business owner, infants, all the way up through sports and school and college and all of those things. And you know what I always did? I always found a way to look at the bright side. It put me around a lot of people. In my empty nester days, I play tennis. And so I could go to the tennis court. Maybe it's pickleball. Find your fit and what you want to accomplish and use it as a reason, and use your season of life to serve you. Don't fight against it. And so, but don't compare yourself to other people in a different season. It might look different for them. So set your goals realistic to what you can accomplish every single day. And I knew no matter what, it would be those numbers for me. And most days it would be a lot more, but it was going to be that. So I love it whenever we just start to recognize, where we're at, and we set ourselves up to win. Because at the end of the day, this is really about setting yourself up to win no matter what. And that is going to be whenever you protect yourself, protect your vision. There's going to be some naysayers that come along. We'll all tell you the truth. Not everybody's going to think, yes, we're excited for you, you're going to win in life. No, that's not true. Not everybody does that. That's okay. Guard your vision and protect your energy. Set boundaries around it. You just can't let people constantly stay in your space and dump their negativity on you while you're trying to make an impact on the world. And so you just got to be able to be sure that you protect it. And then use our systems and tools. See, this isn't about everything that you know. I will say this. I am a great student. I love to learn. I love to listen to David Schmidt train and teach. And I can listen all day, every day. But here's the reality. I'm not David Schmidt. I did not invent this technology, and I do not try to talk like him or act like him because I just point people to a video, right? And so we use the system and we use the tools that are provided to do that work for us. See, I always know this. I'm the introduction, but I have a movie that I want them to see. And so in doing that, it's pretty cool whenever you go, oh, I don't have to do everything or be everything. When I use the systems and tools that are in place, I can move faster and I can be more efficient, and I can help other people duplicate and win faster too. And that's really what we want to help people do, right? Win. And so, one of the things I'll tell you about your goals as you're looking towards 2026 at the end is having weekly check-ins. Don't wait month by month. If something needs to be adjusted or you need to get some help from your leadership, you need to make those small changes as you go. And so maybe it's what you're saying. Evaluate how you're introducing this. If people are not saying yes to this technology, you've got to think, well, what am I saying? Am I talking too much, right? And so whenever you're starting to reevaluate your business weekly, now you can make some small changes. And remember, it's just that 1 degree that you can adjust that could change everything. And so that's the beauty of it too, is that we do that as we go, not when it's too far gone. And now we're like, well, I'm going to miss all of my goals I set for 2026. That's not true, but we need to evaluate those. So treat this like a business and evaluate your goals. And remember this, progress comes from alignment, and small, consistent steps create extraordinary outcomes. It's not looking for the one person that can bring on 100,000 people at one time. It's looking for the people who you impact their life and you share with them, and they duplicate and they duplicate. And those numbers all of a sudden become massive. It's like a tidal wave, right? People are they're moving through because the technology is changing people's lives, and we're helping people with that. So I just want you to know that as you really start to reevaluate where you're at, you're going to be able to win even faster and help other people do that same thing. So in closing, let me share this. I believe with all my heart, we have the greatest technology on the planet. And I believe every human needs it. And so when I think about that mindset, see, that creates confidence. But I also look at the fact that we have David Schmidt as our inventor, as our leader, as our founder. And, I would put him up against anyone. So my belief in him is through the roof. Meredith, our leadership, the corporate team, our field leaders, we have such a beautiful community, and we have just everything is right. And I don't believe we're here by mistake. I believe that we are absolutely here for such a time as this to really make an impact on the world. in their health, in their finances, in their time freedom, in all their freedoms of life, right? Because we have such a beautiful gift we get to give away. And so when you position it from that angle, I'm telling you, as your confidence grows in our company, in our products, it's amazing that you too can position this for other people to win. And when I look at my goals every year, I think of how many people do I want to advance? How many people do I want to help get on the next incentive trip, get to the next level? And we work our business based upon how many lives we're going to impact. And I hope that whenever you start to see the end from the beginning, it's not just a bunch of numbers, but your goals are truly attached to the lives you're going to change, the people that you are going to forever impact their world for the good. And, when I think about what we can see, because we're at this such a beautiful pivot in our timing here, because I think a 21-year-old company that most of the world still hasn't heard of, right? And you go, man, and to see where we're at, but to see where we're going, and to know that our future is so strong, that I want you to sit back and think that 2026 is not just your launching year, but it truly could be the launch for generations to come to be impacted by this incredible company. And so with that, I hope and pray that your 2026 is the best ever, and that you get all of your hopes and dreams are fulfilled, and you see the end from the beginning, and it's glorious, but you also see all the lives you're going to impact along the way that are going to be wrapped up in what your goals and dreams produce. So thank you so much for your time.
Wow, Carrie, thank you so much for sharing so many golden nuggets today in your presentation. I love this segment of don't compare your season in life to somebody else's. And that's so true. I think it's so easy for people to fall into that trap. But at the end of the day, what are our objectives? What are we looking to accomplish? And when is the season in life for us? So thanks again, Carrie, for all that valuable information. I will throw in this plug right now, is that we will be holding a replay of Vision 2026. It's going to be taking place tonight at 6 p.m. Pacific time. So if you want to rewatch this again, and if you weren't able to take notes or for whatever reason, plug in, join us at 6 p.m. Pacific time. You can rewatch all of this once more. Or if you have team members on your team that couldn't make it today for the morning segment, invite them to join us in the evening at 6 p.m. Pacific time so they can get all this information as well. Okay, Lifewave family, we're at the tail end of Vision 2026. All right, we have 3 important housekeeping items to share with you before we wrap up this amazing event. All right, housekeeping item number 1. Have you set your goals yet? We're almost through the first week of January, the first 7 days. So make sure you don't miss out the opportunity this week to get your goals set for the year, for the month, for the week. Whatever it is, we need you to get those goals set, because if you fail to plan, you plan to fail, right? And so let's get those goals set. All right, that's housekeeping item number 1. Okay, housekeeping item number 2. Meredith already touched on this a little bit earlier, but we do have an event coming up in Orlando, Florida on January 24th. This is our Lead Boldly Super Saturday event. We're really excited to have as many of you join us in person in Orlando. Space is limited. Currently, the ticket price for you to attend in person is $85. Keep in mind that that $85 does include lunch. We will have free parking available. We do have a room block available for $189 for a hotel room if you want to stay at the same hotel as the event. For whatever reason you're unable to attend in person, we will have a virtual ticket option available for $25. So keep that in mind. If you live in a different region of the country or the world and you can't attend, we still want you to join us and be a part of this amazing event. All the details are available in your email. We've been sending out emails over the last several days showing you information about the event. So make sure you plug in and get registered if you're able to join us on January 24th. All right, housekeeping item number 3. Yesterday, you would have received an email, January 5th. This email introduced you to our You Share, We Share promotion. How does this promotion work? If you have a new brand partner purchase a new Advanced, Advanced Plus, or Premium kit, you and they will receive a free glutathione patch. If they get the Advanced pack, that's 1 sleeve of glutathione for each of you. If they get the Advanced Pack Plus, you're going to get 2 patches or 2 sleeves of glutathione, they will as well. And if they get a premium kit, you're going to get 3 glutathione patches and they will get 3 glutathione sleeves as well. So depending on the size of the kit, depends on the size of the number of sleeves that you're going to be getting courtesy of Lifewave for the You Share, We Share promotion. This will go through January 5th to January 18th. If you're in the North American region, it may be a little bit of an overlap depending on what region of the world you live. So it may overlap into the 19th of January. So go and look into your region specific emails and you will see the breakdown of when your cutoff will be. With that said, everyone, that was my 3 housekeeping items I want to make sure to share with you before we wrap up Vision 2026. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Thank you for taking the time to invest into your business. Thank you to our CEO and founder, David Schmidt, for joining us, our president of Lifewave, Meredith Burkich, and for our incredible leaders that joined us today, Lorenzo McGrew, Marcy Preble, Peter No, and Carrie Robertson. Thank you for your leadership. Thank you for being with us on this journey. We look forward to seeing you at the next Vision event next year. But in the meantime, we have many events coming up. Orlando on January 24th, and many events across the world throughout the year. With that said, everyone, take care of yourselves. Happy New Year. We'll see you very soon at an upcoming event. Take care, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.